Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. Today we're going to be talking about attacks on women. Physical abuse is the most prevalent form of violence against women. And I found a stat that said over 26% of women have experienced what they call on this website intimate partner violence. And most of that is physical or sexual abuse. I also found a stat that said less than 40% of the women who experience violence don't even seek help for it. And that's a shame. But I want to get to today's guest, so let's start there. And then we'll explore the other, and there are many other types of attacks on women. And I think some of them will surprise you. According to Danny G. Goju, author of the book Roar of the Tigress, for women only, most women are attacked because they either leave their guard open or they're unaware of the potential dangers, and this allows the attacker to succeed. So, one way to protect yourself, at least from a physical attack, is by having some basic knowledge of self-defense.
You see, martial arts, I'm used to walking with confidence because I can fight, and I'm used to not fearing anybody. So I just thought, what about those who can't fight or who have no way of defending themselves? So what I've been teaching my students is, yes, you can know how to fight, but the most important thing is spotting the sign before it happens. So you don't need to fight.
That's Danny G. Goju, and he knows a thing or two about fighting and the confidence that comes from knowing how to do it well.
I write songs as a hobby, and then I'm actually a martial artist. I don't know if you understand, I'm what they call a grandmaster. I'm the highest level of martial arts, put it that way.
A grandmaster is somebody you don't want to mess around with, and it's that combination of skills that he just mentioned that intrigued me the most. Danny is a very interesting guy. He's a very humble grandmaster with a 10th degree black belt and a 10th degree red belt, but he believes that he's really only as good as his next workout. I think most anyone who teaches self-defense would agree with him that spotting an attack before it happens is a crucial aspect of good self-defense. Awareness and prevention strategies are effective defense techniques, and that's kind of the point of the show today, because not all attacks are physical.
You have to spot these signs before they happen. And the way to stop it happening is to know the man before you even get into any relationship with him. When you first meet a man, just study him. Does he order you around? Does he say please, thank you, sorry? These little things become bigger things after 5 years or 10 years of marriage, because he now has a ring on your finger, so he feels he owns you. But you knew he was a bully before you married him.
Knowing what you're dealing with is crucial, because emotional, mental, sexual, and financial abuse is happening all the time. And he says that by understanding these different forms of abuse, you can stop an attack long before it ever happens.
Now people are finding new ways of hurting women. And the reason they're doing that is because a lot of men feel that basically their balls have been cut off. Women are on the up. So they've got nothing left to fight. They can't. So all they have left is their strength. And as a woman, you have to be aware that this threat is there.
Yes, some men are highly competitive, and they can be made to feel emasculated. Now, I'm not one of them, but our society is full of people who feel like the world should be a certain way. And when it's not, it makes them uncomfortable. And that can bring out their dark side. Change is inevitable, but accepting that change is not.
The attacks on women, everybody seems to zoom in on the physical. What about the emotional attacks, mental attacks, sexual attacks happening in the homes, which nobody talks about? And another thing about the financial attacks, which is actually new, because recently women have been starting to make a lot of money. Now, so there are certain men who are targeting women for their money.
Financial abuse is also controlling a woman's ability to make money, to use it as she sees fit, and to maintain control of her own financial resources. I guess you could say being financially literate pays dividends.
For example, you see a woman at the bar, a guy comes out, let me buy your drink. No, I'd rather have the money. That you have to keep that sense of humor. Not get annoyed, get out, leave me alone. That you have to know how to smooth your way out of it.
Did you get all that? A man asks a woman if he can buy her a drink, and she says, "I'd rather have the money." He's kidding, but if you do it with a smile, a bit of well-played sarcasm can go a long way to keeping your control. Here's another example.
He takes you out for dinner. Oh, he's forgot his wallet in the house. I'll pay next time.
And when next time comes around, if he doesn't pay, you gotta let him go.
Even if he borrows $1 from your purse without telling you, you have to tell him, you can't take my money. Oh, it's only $1. No, it's not only $1. You crossed that boundary into my wallet. And women say nothing because it's only $1. But that dollar could become $5 in the future. It could become thousands. And next thing you know, why should I go to work when my wife is making money? And there's a lot of men now are playing golf while their women are working. You see, women have gone through hundreds of years of subjugation. They've finally gotten feminism to give them a bit of self-respect with equal pay. You understand? But even that with equal pay, my personal view is it shouldn't be equal pay. Women should get more than men. It's not because I like women or they deserve more. They should get more because men have to feel what it feels like to earn less. Just even for a year or two. Every company should say that when a woman starts work, she gets more than the men in her sector, just for about a year or two, so that the men now feel, oh, so this is what it feels like to get less. And that way, it becomes equal pay. They'll have more empathy with what equal pay.
Danny says women today are not being treated with the respect they deserve, and one of the reasons is because of their strength. I just watched Titanic, and it reminded me of a different time, the days of women and children first. Does it feel like those days are gone? In his book, Danny says there's a reason for that, and it's because the modern woman is now seen as much more than just a childbearer. She has become as competitive as the modern man. And this shift in gender roles has caused women to lose some of the respect that they deserve from men. Now, I realize this is a highly debatable subject, and that's what makes it so interesting. One thing he suggests is that women stay strong and take pride in their femininity, no matter what. In fact, he even wrote a song about it.
I wrote the song because with the book, you can teach somebody. But if you have the song in mind, you can hum along with the same message. If you hear the song, it's I take pride in my femininity.
I have great pride in my femininity. That's how I want every woman to be.
That's how I want every woman to be. Have that song singing in your head. Oh yeah, I'm me. I'm proud of being a woman. I'm proud of who I am. If you don't do this or if you do this, we're over. You have to have that line. In the middle of the song, he says, "Leave me alone. I'm on my own. Leave me alone. I'm on my own. You can't force me to go with you." Like I've seen it when a club closes in the night. Some men are getting into that. "Oh, let's go. I'll give you a ride." No, I can come with you. Why would I go with you?
Communication also plays a very important role.
Not all men are bad, but they can all be tailored to suit you because every woman is different. So what you would want in a man, it could be something different. But you have to let him know what you want. You don't expect him to already know it. I love you, but I didn't like the way you were drunk last night, tried to kiss me in public. I didn't like it. So please don't do that again. You be nice. The next time it happens, look, you're doing it again. If it happens again, we're over.
That's the line in the sand, and you have to stick to it. The book is called Roar of the Tigress, for women only, and it's all about prevention, which is only possible if you're aware of what needs to be prevented in the first place.
You see what I mean? That's why I say for women only. It can be for anybody really, but for women only is because you have to now be aware.
If you can spot the signs that lead up to an attack, you can take the steps necessary to avoid it and keep it from happening in the first place. Danny G. Goju is a martial arts grandmaster. He is the founder and chief instructor of African Goju and South American Goju, and now he's author of the book Roar of the Tigress. To learn more about Danny, I would encourage you to visit his website, because there you can see a video of him being run over by a truck. Seriously, it's a stunt he calls the car on the stomach stunt, where he lays down and what looks like a Ford Bronco runs over him. Definitely not something you want to try at home. The website is africangoju.com/Danny-Guira, Gwira. We put a link to it in the show notes for you, as well as a couple of links to other places where you can buy his book. And that will do it for this edition of Newsgram from webtalkradio.com.